Hello, I'm Ricki Moscow, one of the founders of Why Worry World. Every month, we will introduce you to practices that will have you worrying less and enjoying life more. This month, we are taking on milestones. Milestones are the steps you take to get to your goal. Sometimes the path may not be a straight one. Here's a story I wrote about a path that I was on and the turn that path took. Who was your college advisor and what were they like? I cannot speak about my graduate school and what they were like. However, I would like to tell you about my high school guidance counselor. Every time I think back on my college experience, I think about this relationship and where I ended up. I am not sure if I should thank her or not, and I will let you be the judge of that. When I was in high school, I was very involved with children who were afflicted with cerebral palsy. Every week in 10th and 11th grade, I went to volunteer with said children. I took up the cause and actually raised well over $1,000 to donate to Jerry Lewis Cerebral Palsy Telethon, which I was invited to be on. Look it up. It was an extremely popular annual event. It was a 24-hour telethon hosted by Jerry Lewis, and every celebrity wanted to be on it. Year after year, Jerry's kids would be featured on this program, and I was moved to do something. Raising money just wasn't enough. I wanted to work with this population. I would become a physical therapist. I would tell anyone who would listen, I'm going to be a physical therapist and work with children who have cerebral palsy. Fast forward to September of my senior year of high school. I told my guidance counselor, I want to be a physical therapist. Now, what you need to know is your high school guidance counselor was your only access to getting into college. That was it. There weren't people available to help you with your application or to help you select what universities you would want to go to. There was only the guidance counselor. That was it. She was your lifeline to college, and you had to listen to what they said. They knew, and you did not. And you never even met your guidance counselor until this final year of high school. You were making your first big decision about your future, and you only had the support of this stranger. Crazy. My friend Andrea Sachs, who is 3 years older than me and already in college, told me only apply general admission. Then you can declare your major in your first or second year of school once you get in. I told Andrea that I knew I wanted to be a physical therapist and work with children who have cerebral palsy. It doesn't matter. You only want to apply general admission. Do not apply to be a physical therapist. You can declare that once you are in the school of your choice, she repeated. I went to my guidance counselor and told her what I was told by Andrea. She said, Andrea doesn't know what she's talking about. Do you want to be a physical therapist or not? I replied, I do. I really do. She then said, then you apply to schools for physical therapy, which I did. I applied to 10 schools, and guess what? I started to hear from each college. Rejection, rejection, rejection. It was a very troubling and upsetting time. Finally, I received an acceptance. Virginia Commonwealth University, VCU. I was going to college and on my way to becoming a physical therapist. I was so excited. My dream is going to become a reality. On the very first day of VCU, I met with the guidance counselor who gave me my schedule. Of the 6 classes I would be taking, 4 of them would be in the field of science. Science was by far my worst subject in high school, my very worst. When I spoke this to the guidance counselor, she said, well, what did you think would be involved in being a physical therapist? I told her I didn't know. And she said, well, science is a must. Needless to say, I did not do so well that first semester at VCU and found myself looking for a new future. I decided that if I couldn't help children with cerebral palsy with their physical well-being, I would help them with their educational needs. Within a year and a half, I transferred to the University of Hartford, where I got my Bachelor's of Science degree in special and elementary education. I later went on to get my master's degree as a reading specialist. While working with the special needs children, I was asked to teach the other teachers in the school how to work with this population as well. I became a teacher of teachers, reaching many more children than the 20 or so I was teaching. My path took a turn. I still fulfilled on my dream of working with special needs children. So I ask you, was my guidance counselor a help or not?